I want to talk today, right? My conversation with you today. Do you feel like as if men and women be in tune with reality, like realistically in regards to relationship and dating in 2025?
Uh, hey man, you gotta be more specific with your question.
Do you feel? Because I'm not going to give you the question. I'm going to give you my scenario. I
Go
don't.
ahead.
Me personally, I don't feel as if a lot of women, and I'm speaking to women. I'm speaking. Mostly my message is going towards sisters, African American women, Black women. I don't
Hey,
feel
wait. That's where you go wrong at. That's where you go wrong at right there.
as that
I know. Hey, where you from?
Black woman. People,
Thank you.
Black woman. But
Don't
I'm
do that.
yes,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Black woman. The same woman.
I know you.
This
I know
the
you
same.
date African American women,
That's a Black
but
woman.
where you
Black
wait look,
woman.
but wait, but where you're from
Yes,
is
sir.
going to be talked about
Yes,
because you
yes.
are where.
But
Where are you from? You're from the what?
I'm from the islands. I'm from the
You from the
Caribbean. Yes,
islands.
sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
you
sir.
have to say, okay, I date African American women.
Yes. Black woman
Now,
on the
well,
whole,
wait,
not
are
not
women in the island? Are some
the
women
same
in the
thing.
island?
The same
Same
thing.
thing with. Okay,
The same thing.
you
The
gotta
same thing.
specify that. So
Yes.
it's the same thing, right? It's the
Black
same
woman
thing
on
with
the
women in the. Go ahead.
Black woman in the four corner of this earth. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I dated everyone, but I've went on a few dates too with from women from the continental African who now
Okay.
resides in America, parts of the Caribbean. Uh, 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 I'm making myself sound like a man whore, right? Or whore makeup, but I've dated, and I feel like feel as if those women are in tune with reality. You know, I feel as if I personally tune with reality is they
Okay,
yes.
gotcha. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's the whole fashion. So I feel like they're not realistic. They're not realistic in their approach towards dating. You know, I'm gonna go a little more into details. Like nowadays, you date like me. When I say reality, I feel as if because let me just be honest for most men, right? Let me just be honest for most men, right? I know a lot of women they probably feel as if the older woman get, the more valuable she becomes, right? And
Uh
that,
huh.
and I know me having certain conversations with the different type of dynamics, I understand that as the woman get older, she's more mature, more valuable, more this, more that. But at the same
Okay.
time, it's like the some men we don't view woman like a value in woman in terms of like you get older. I feel like you get become less valuable the older you become. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like you being in multiple relationships, you have a lot of baggage you're bringing to the table nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel as if women are really in tune with just
Go ahead.
reality
Go
on the
ahead.
whole. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. Look. Wait. Yeah. She. Okay.
mm,
Listen, brother.
mm,
Okay. What you have to. Okay. So you have to specify exactly what you're saying right now. Like, what do you like? What do you like? Okay. So, like, break down exactly.
yes,
Like, give me a breakdown, bro. Like, I mean, what makes an older woman in your eyes not
that's
as valuable as a younger woman?
what makes a older because again, I mean, because a
What's up,
woman,
chat? Go ahead.
what's going on, family? I said it to say this because when I said you're older, I mean it's you. She's not saying more used, but you're more. How can I say this? Like you've been through the ringers. You've been through the ringers, and I'm not saying like you're mentally broken or anything, but you had things happen you in the past in relationship that you're going to bring now to your new relationship. You know what I'm saying? You're not saying you're broken, but you have a lot of past trauma in relationships that you want to bring to the next man. And also, like men, I'm talking about myself and other men. Like we view the younger woman are like the younger the woman, the more moldable she is. She's not set in her ways. She's not harder to deal with. Because I know nowadays a lot of women feel as if you have to be hard to deal with.
Somebody, somebody asked what the topic is. What is the topic, brother?
Topic is reality.
Is
Is
re
gender
okay? Let me. Is reality gender specific? Do are men more realistic or are women more realistic?
when it comes to dating.
So
When it comes to
give me
dating.
your spiel. Give me your spiel, brother. Do you feel who do you think is more realistic, man or woman? You give me your spiel.
What I
Go
feel,
ahead.
me personally, what I feel like realistically, I feel like both parties, they have unrealistic, unattainable goal and aspirations. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I don't feel like both parties are, because I feel like a woman I feel like a woman set the bar too high in terms of like men. Let me go ahead and men. I feel like a man sometimes know what he brings to the table, because I feel like sometimes men know what they bring to the table, and I feel like if I ask a woman the same thing, she gonna tell me she's the table. She is the table. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what does
Okay.
that
So let me
what
ask you. So wait.
mm,
Let me ask you a question so we can get on a roll here with something. So
yes, yes. Men
when a
though, because to
woman
answer your
what
question earlier, men, I
as
feel like men is more
as
realistic
uh,
to
you
relationships.
feel like men are more realistic. Okay.
To dating.
Now, my question is to you, what makes a man more realistic than women in today's times? What you give me your spiel.
Realistic, like I said, in that regard, in terms of realism, I feel as if, like a man, I like not all men, but I feel like some men know their place. You know what I'm saying? Some men know their place and know their roles. What are their roles? Their roles is to be the protector, to be providers, know what they bring to the table. Some men will sell you dreams. Will sell will sell some woman dreams. Like they know they ain't shit, and they will sell a woman some far fetched dream. You know what I'm saying? Just to get some of that sweet honey pie. You know what I'm saying? But you say what make men more realistic? Because again, I know what I bring to the
I
table. I
didn't
know,
say
like,
yeah, I'm asking you why do you think men are more realistic?
because I know, because I feel like a men know, like, I'm going a little bit, because life is made for women. From a woman is, I would say, let me go ahead and let me tell you, because the more valuable a man becomes, the man has to go there and he got to earn it. Wherein a woman is born with her beauty. She's born beautiful. She's born with that thing between their legs that most men love. Call
Okay.
a spade, right? That's what it is.
I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, brother. I'm gonna keep
Go
it a
ahead.
stack with you.
Mhm.
You giving out those same you giving out those same those same talking points like the other guys in the black manosphere.
Yeah.
How do you think, brother? What do you think about this situation?
I feel, listen to me, I told you again, we're dating. Now, dating in 2025, brother. Me trying to go on a date with somebody,
Give me your
I'm giving you my
example
stuff.
from
I'm giving you
you.
my example, my experience, my
Okay,
personal
got
experience.
you.
I feel like if I ask a woman to take her on a date, right? I'm required to pay for that date, right? Sometimes I'm required to pick her up from the date, right? I'm required to get her hair done sometimes, get her nails done. You know what I'm saying? Just to take her on a date. Now I see on social media, people have this expectation, yo, you gotta drop a $250 deposit to take me on a date. Back in the days when I first started dating, all I
But
had to
what
do
is
was
your but what is your experience? What is your experience?
me experience trying to take somebody
It
on a
ain't gotta
date.
be too. It ain't gotta be too personal or too deep. But you
Okay,
give me your experience because you're telling me what's going on social media.
you're
What
right.
has gone on in Brother Conscious's life where you feel like this and that because you're giving me some shit that happened online, and
Yes.
I'm trying to see what's your example for Brother Conscious because you're a melanated brother.
Hmm.
I think you're in a relationship, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you know what I'm saying? You smiling, so you must be happy. So what's going on? Like what? I'm the one that's single, so I should be the one feeling like how you
No, I
feel. Like
just
what?
I just feel as if, because it affects our community, because the same hogwash rhetoric is being pushed towards our community. You know what I'm saying? You said what happened to me. I remember when I was in the dating pool, asking
Okay.
somebody out. They want their hair done. They want their nails done. They want their hair done, their nails done. If they have children, they would ask, "Oh, I need money. I need somebody to babysit them. I don't have the money. Can you spot me for the babysitter?" And I feel like that criteria is.
Okay. So now let's bring it back to the is reality gender specific.
Mhm,
So when we're talking about reality,
mhm.
what reality are you talking about? Like what reality? Reality, what way? Like what's
Expectations on
okay?
dating.
So let's start right there with expectations.
Yes,
Do
dating
you think
expectations.
Okay, do you think that a woman's expectations or her standards are higher than a man's? Or you think do you think her
Yes,
expectations are not
yes.
reality? Now you
It's
expound
realistic.
upon that.
It's
No,
realistic.
expound upon that, but give me like a breakdown.
Realistically, I feel like not saying all women, but I know it's a thing because like most men right nowadays, most men don't want to go on dates with women because the woman wanna she's trying to bleed him dry on the first date. I want you to go to some high end restaurant. I'm trying to get you to spend $500 on me on my first date. I'm like, suppose I don't like you. Suppose I don't like you. So I mean, we can sit
Okay.
down and talk and have some coffee. Because again, for me, and even nowadays, you trying to talk to a girl, and this is from personal experience. You trying to talk to a girl? Oh, you want my number? Yeah, cash out me for my number. Zelle me for my number.
So you've
Venmo
experienced
me
that.
for yes. Venmo me for my number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, like where that came from. You know what I'm saying? And oh, if you ain't got it, oh, you if you broke, just say you broke.
So what you're saying is like as far as like expectations are
Mhm.
concerned, you
Yes,
think the expectations on a lot of women are unrealistic. Now,
yes,
let's talk about how these men is running through women,
yes. Let's
including
get it.
including myself,
Mm-hmm.
including some other guys, right?
Yep.
Why do we think as men we could run through as many women as we can and then expect to have a good woman at the end of it all?
See now that right there, that right that that's key. That right there, that's definitely key. Because how things are, you say run through women. Because I said again, with the expectation of woman, what a woman is based on your wallet size to some, not everybody, but it's
No,
based
no,
on your
that's not where I'm headed. I said,
yeah. You
why
said
do
yeah.
I'm not talking about women. I'm saying men.
Mm-hmm.
Why do men expect to have a great, amazing woman after we done ran through women? We've created whores. We've helped
Mm-hmm.
to create whores. Yeah,
Yes.
yes, we have. We've
Mm-hmm.
helped to create whores, but we
Yes.
want a great wife at the end of it all. You've done all this stuff in your youth with these
Mm-hmm.
women, right? And we've
Yep.
done this stuff like that and this. And now we want this great wife at the end of it all. Why do
Mm-hmm.
we expect to have that, but we expect a woman to not expect a knight in shining armor? I'm just asking.
I have to go in this. I have to go. I have to break that down a little bit more. All right. You saying men to run through? They don't deserve. I wouldn't say they necessarily deserve because they've made a lot of broken homes. They don't deserve. They don't deserve to have a perfect wife. That's a false hope. You know what I'm saying? And not realistic. But it do happens. I said again, it all depends on your
Yeah.
wallet size. It all depends on your wallet size. Because if your money up, you can attain that. I'm not saying that that's how it's
No,
supposed to be.
but that's not true. That's to me, that's not true. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a lot of brothers with big wallets,
Yes.
right? They are still garbage ass men.
Mm-hmm.
They just got big wallets. It
Mm-hmm.
don't mean that it doesn't mean they have exceptional quality in their
Mm-hmm.
psychological state of thinking. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Just like if a woman is fine and she's beautiful, don't make her high quality as well.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think what's happening is where everything is becoming more superficial on
Mm-hmm.
both ends. So we're looking at a woman who's beautiful with no kids as high quality, and we're looking at a man who has more than six figures as high quality. When the problem with that is we're
Mm-hmm.
not looking internally.
Mm-hmm.
We're focusing on what's going on the outside. And these men is running through all these women,
Yep.
creating whores, and
Yep.
then they're expecting to have this great, amazing woman at the end of it all.
Mm-hmm. But
Go ahead.
I want to tell you about supply and demand. All right, brother.
Yeah,
you
women are in demand,
all
but
right.
go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to tell you about supply and demand. You
Who
saying
creates that demand though?
us, we do.
Okay, so who's the problem then? Who created the problem? If we create demand, that means we created the problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We created the problem. So
Yes.
we created a problem, but we want women to figure it out. We want women to solve it, but we created the
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Yes. Now, going back to our supply and
Go
demand,
ahead. Now
right?
give me your expectation.
No, I'm going to break it down to you, right?
Go
A
ahead.
man could I could be a millionaire, right? And I could have ran
Okay.
through a thousand women in my lifetime, right?
Okay.
But once my money is up, brother, most women that not saying all women, but most women that comes across me gonna see me as a as a cow that milk me dry. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
That's
again,
fine.
that's what supply, brother. That's a supply to get me my
But
demand.
yeah,
My
but
demand.
guess what? But guess what though? So can that man expect? Can that man expect to have a great woman, a great wife, after he done ran through all these women and created whores?
Yeah.
You know, and what I mean by created whores is like he just ran through all these women, and then they on to the next man, and this man on to the next. So he's a whoremonger.
Yes,
He's
sir.
created and established these women to be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're saying it's only a few men that did. Man, look, you got average dudes,
Mm-hmm.
average guys that ain't worth shit.
Yep.
You
Yep.
got high value men that ain't worth shit. You
Mm-hmm.
got you look at these celebrities, a lot of them ain't worth shit, and they getting left by they
Mm-hmm.
woman. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so and you got guys out here who ain't got hardly no money, and they got great relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So could it be that everything now is more superficial? Is we're looking at
Not
things
now. It's being
from,
that way. It's being that way.
well, I can't say it's been that way, but I can
Mm-hmm.
say that it's more projected now.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at how life is now, and you look at many of these scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
these women are only following our lead.
Listen, that is partially true. That's
That
definitely
is all the
partially.
way true.
That is partially
They
true.
ain't got nothing else to follow.
I want to tell you this.
What
I
else they
want to
gonna follow?
but let me sit here and tell you this, all right? Let me sit here and tell you this, all right? The
Go
average
ahead.
woman, right? The average woman, she is talking to, and if she's single, she is talking about the five guys, right? The average
Okay.
woman is talking about five guys, right?
Who cares?
Let me go ahead. Let me break it
Go
down,
ahead.
cause
Go
see, like,
ahead. Go ahead.
cause in your like, what I'm getting from you is you telling me like there's only fuck boys out here doing all this pursuing, cause you know a woman got a specific type. They got a
That's
specific type that they like. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And then you have the same guy that like her and will give her the world that's in her DM or messaging her daily that she put in a friend zone.
Yeah, and that Nick, and you know why? You know why? Because he's a simp.
That's going to be that's yes, he's a simp. Yes, he's a simp. But
no
that's going to be
woman
the
wants no woman wants a simp. We know this.
yes. But I'm telling you, but that's the guy that's going to give her everything.
That's the guy that's gonna get
That
walked over. She don't want to walk over nobody.
but
She
listen to me.
wants a lion.
Yeah, exactly. She
She
want a
don't want no
lion.
hyena.
She wants a lion that's going to walk all through her and the next joint and the joint after and the joint after her
No, 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 hey, whoa, 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 whoa,
and the
whoa, whoa.
joint
Wait a
after
minute, wait,
her. You
wait, wait.
heard me?
A lion is somebody that allows lionesses to join his pride.
Yes.
I ain't talking about no reckless ass lion that ain't got no pride, that ain't got no damn place to put these lionesses.
Yeah.
He ain't got nowhere to put them.
Mm-hmm.
He just got them out in the open and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I ain't talking about that's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Yes.
talking about real king shit, bro. Real
Yes.
godlike shit. The stuff that
Yes.
we see today is we
Mm-hmm.
see dudes that don't even got a place to stay
Mm.
getting women pregnant. Hey,
What they call it
now
again?
then what we want to do is we want to blame the woman when we should be blaming both.
But we have to. Yes, both parties.
Both
Yes.
parties have to be
Listen.
blamed.
Yes. But I tell you again, right? That lady got in her DM who's talking to
Who
constantly.
cares?
That
Look,
same simp.
it don't
That simp. But
matter.
I'm trying to tell it down. That same simp. That shit. It could be a simp.
It
It could,
don't it don't matter.
but
See, that's the
it's the
problem.
quality.
There's
But
no
I'm saying,
balance. Remember we was talking about equilibrium earlier?
yes.
There's no balance that these men, what are these men doing? They ain't got no balance. They don't know how to set the tone and set order and set structure and build infrastructure. They
Mm-hmm.
just want to, oh, I love you so much. And, they got that mom like energy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They don't even want to be big daddy. They want to be somebody's mommy. These guys want to be somebody's mommy. They want to nurture the woman. Are we talking about nurturing
Mm-hmm.
and nature?
Nature
You
versus
brought it up.
nurture.
You brought it nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
These men are becoming more of the nurturers now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they got that simp mom like energy. Like these niggas got breasts. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Real breasts with titties, like real titties with milk coming out.
So you're gonna
That's how.
so
That's sure,
regardless,
monsieur.
I
Excuse my language.
understand.
I ain't mean to say the N word. Go ahead.
But regardless, where is these men at? Those are the men. Regardless on if you discredit them or nothing for them being simple, they still the guys that's there. There's still the guys there that's
Man, who
willing to
cares?
give it the
They
world.
they
They're
they
still
ain't
the, but
strong,
I hear
bro.
you. But you're saying that we got a every man there ain't a whoremonger, a
Okay,
whore
check this out.
victim.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you the real. I was sleeping in my car. I was getting more women when I was sleeping in my car. Maybe because I had more time on my hand. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was, but maybe I had more time. But I wasn't no dog, right? I wasn't no
Mhm.
doggish type of guy. But still, I was getting more play when when I was like unstable. I understand because I had more. My psyche was more in tune with them and focusing on them. When you
Mhm.
focus on yourself as a man, you're gonna attract like the type of women that you really need to build
Yes.
that up.
Yes.
So the problem is a lot of these men. Now he's in her DMs. Why you in a woman's DMs that ain't even attracted to you, young man?
But you don't know that because again, she's leading you. She's leading him on. She's not
It don't
telling him that you
matter.
ain't my
You
guy.
supposed to be on your God shit. You
You
supposed to be
are on your
confident.
guy. And
You
listen,
supposed to be confident
some of
enough.
these Sims are made men.
And
They're
some of these
made men.
and
They're
some
made
and
men, high valued in terms
your
of fickle material value.
your confidence should outweigh the DMs. Her DM, your confidence as a man is supposed to outweigh how many guys is in her DMs, bro. Yes, because the guys that's in her DMs usually just want to smash.
Of course.
So it's up to her to let them smash or not. So that's when she starts to
See,
lose.
see,
But that's
there
but
we
that but look but look
go.
no,
There
but
we
wait but wait
go.
but
Yes,
whoa and that may trickle into the value. But wait, if you a simp, then where's your value at? If you ain't got no confidence.
who's to say he's a simp? Because who's to say? Because I remember it's a celebrity. This lady said she didn't give him a chance, and she know he was going to blow up the way he blew up. She would have definitely given him a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Because he
man,
was a
why doesn't stop. We don't know the
I
story behind that.
yes, and he was a simp, and she's like, oh, but
I
he's a
don't look,
made
look, look, look,
man.
look.
He's
We
a
see you,
made man.
why you bringing people's business to this live, bro?
Made
We ain't
man.
doing that. We not doing that. We not doing that. We not doing that.
That's the reality. You saying, oh, these men,
That ain't. But yeah, it's reality. But
every man don't want to run through these women, but these women don't want those type of men. You feel me?
because
Some Johns,
they looking for
some,
somebody that's attracted. That
yeah,
is
they're attracted to
that
yes.
is that other women are attracted to. That's
Hmm.
what women want, bro. You can't tell me
No,
that a woman is not gonna go after somebody that other women are attracted to.
of course, of course. That's like
So
we
that's what
just
it is.
that's us as men. We want to go after no ugly
Look,
woman.
look, look. Look. I'm 5 foot something, right?
Hmm.
So when I'm standing next to somebody that's 6 foot something, you know how much confidence I got to have in order
Hmm.
to stand next to somebody that's 6 foot something. My
Hmm.
confidence got to be way up there. You feel me? So,
Hmm.
man, my confidence got to be through the roof. So I don't, hey, it is what it is. I don't get like you got this. You got who are taller than me that are simps. How? How can you be 6 foot something and you playing the bench? That
Some
shit don't
men,
make
listen
no
to me.
damn
Some
sense.
men are dogs and some men ain't. You feel me? Some men got the dog in them and some ain't.
You ain't gotta be a dog. You ain't gotta be a
No,
dog to be
no,
getting women.
no. I said some men got the dog in them. Means they go after it. You feel me? They
Okay,
got
okay,
the
okay,
dog in
yeah.
them. You know,
Yeah,
and
like
some people don't.
your boy Holy,
You dig what I'm saying? So
like
I'm
your
like,
boy
yeah.
Holy Water.
But me going back. Let me go back to what I was saying again earlier.
Go ahead.
Was I feel like and I'm not discrediting any made woman or anything like that. But I just feel
What is a
like
made woman, bro? What
a
is
made
that?
woman. What is a made man? I know back in the back in the top.
A made woman? You mean like a high value woman?
Yes, a made woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the ladies out there to go ahead and did they big one. They did they big one. But I say it
Oh,
in terms of
independent.
nah, I won't use them terms because I despise that. I despise that word. I despise that
Mm.
terminology. But
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, I despise that terminology.
Okay,
But back to what I was saying though was
go ahead, man. Break that shit down. Let's
yeah,
go.
because I'm keep on getting interrupted.
Go ahead,
but
man. You gotta
yes,
stay in the fight.
yeah, I'm
You gotta
staying in the
stay in
fight, brother.
tune, man.
But
Let's
listen to me, there's
go.
only one mic. We only got one mic. No, I said yeah. Yeah. But back to what I was saying was
Don't make me start talking now. You better get it in, man. You better come on with it, bro.
thank you. But I was saying again is like I be seeing like ladies them in their sixties and
Okay.
50s
Yeah.
have
And
this high
they require the most. Go ahead, my bad.
yes and
Go
they,
ahead.
yes exactly
Yeah,
they
they do.
require the
They do.
most
Cause
and
I
I'm
be
like
trying to get a cougar. I be trying to get
yeah
cougars. But
yes and
hey,
I'd be like
but I'm gonna tell you this about the cougars though. I'm
I'm
gonna
being
tell you about the
interrupted,
good.
by the way, chat. I'm being
Okay,
interrupted again,
my
chat.
bad. Look, one
Keep
more. This
going.
is the last one. Cougars though, they require more because they looking for they lost so much in life, so they trying to find that last little that they trying to they trying to get that last relationship in. I don't know. Forgive me for saying that, chat. I don't know. Go ahead, bro. I don't know. That's what I'm sensing. If I meet a good cougar that just want to chill and hang out, and we can and I show you some love and respect, I don't mind. But
Hmm.
that's my lustful ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Of
being
course,
honest. You
most
know what I'm
men
saying?
have that.
But we
Most
don't. But
men
we.
have that.
But I don't want to be that way. You know what I'm saying? I want to give me like somebody I can build a family with. But go ahead, brother. My bad. I'm done
Hmm.
interrupting. Zip.
Yes, but back in that regard, like yeah, I feel like because like how we talking about woman men just doing all the running through with women. I feel like because like a woman get older, her expectations get more because she's not as stupid and naive as she was back when she was in her 20s and maybe early 30s. And I feel like a woman expectation high, like rise, like high, like um, I'm just throwing this out there. She a mother of three. Maybe hypothetically, maybe she have three separate baby fathers, but she would not date a man with any children.
I've experienced that in person with somebody. That's some bullshit. I'll agree with you on
Yeah.
that one. That's some bullshit. I've experienced that. I don't have children, but a woman telling me, I don't date men with children and you got kids, that's some
Hmm.
bullshit. Y'all
Hmm.
got to get out there. That to me, that's unrealistic by far.
And she's telling
But you
me,
know why though? Because the value they now that's a false sense of value right there. But go ahead.
yeah, or a lady like, oh, I'm looking for a man to make six plus figures, have his life set, all this, all that. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to be a wife. I want to give you the bare minimum, but I want you to take care of me and provide for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going. I want you to be a husband. Give me wifely treatment, but I want to treat you like you're my boyfriend.
Yeah, you
You know what
you
I'm
you
saying?
you're spewing. You're reiterating a lot of rhetoric.
No, no, this is real. This is real. I see this
Yeah,
because
I'm.
it,
Yeah,
it, 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 that shit grind me up. That shit grinds me up when I see that in the head. I'm like, who y'all think y'all are? Demanding, you could demand whatever you want, but who do you think you are saying this stupid shit? You feel me? Like
yeah.
you actually, and they believe it. They
Yeah,
believe it.
but
That's
but
why I tell you,
but I mean, those women know they're delusional. What about women that don't know they're delusional? What kind of shit do they say?
but they overshadow. They overshadowing the numbskull that grab these phones and grab these cameras, these camcorders and stuff, and do the recording and post this on social media. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes some sisters egg on these stupid fools. You know what I'm saying? Oh yes, sister, go ahead and get it. You absolutely right. You deserve the world.
Yeah,
And
who
I'm like,
cares?
you no, but I'm saying they're influencing the younger generation.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
and,
negatively
and
impacting.
these young women, young women ain't following those women. They not following that dumb shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you, the younger generation, they not following that dumb shit. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna be real. A lot of the younger women that I come across, they have a like maybe like they have like a different thought on shit. A lot of older women are the ones that their standards is just through the roof. You know what I'm saying? And they'll say that these younger women are more naive or stupid. I'm like, they're saying that, but the younger generation of women don't say shit about them. You know what I'm saying? Unless they've been
Mm.
said something about it, they're trying to distort the value of a younger woman because their value is diminishing. But the only
You
reason why
agree?
they're
You
but,
agree?
but
You agree with what I said? What?
what are you talking
They're
about?
diminishing
What are you talking about?
what? Their
You
value
sound
is diminishing. The older ladies' value is diminishing,
you're not
and the
letting me
younger
finish
one.
though. You're not letting me
Oh,
finish. Stop, bro.
mm.
Listen.
Chat, chat. I have him. Chat. He admitted. Come get him.
Listen,
He
bro.
admitted.
Listen. The only reason why their value is diminishes because they're looking at younger women and they're trying to diminish somebody else's value. So that jealousy is starting to set in. That's what causes that diminished value. They're still valuable, but they need to be valuable as older women and stop trying to say, oh, these younger women, they're dumb, they're stupid. Why would you say that about a younger generation of women and expect them to listen to you? That makes no damn sense. And what you do is you tell the younger generation of women exactly what they need to know, and make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you sweeten it up a little bit so they'll digest it.
Mm-hmm. Make
You
it a
know,
lot more
as
palatable. Yep.
exactly. So, older women, they really need to be rearing the younger women into being wives, into
That's
showing them.
something. That's something we agree upon. I agree upon
Yeah,
that as well.
of course, because but you can't be calling them stupid and dumb,
Mm-hmm.
and you single. That don't make no damn sense. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So what we need to understand and what we need to follow, and as men, we need to tell our young men, don't be out here running through women. Don't be out here doing all this stuff
Definitely.
and
Definitely.
passing women around and expect to find a goddamn wife. And
Yeah.
expect, excuse, not a goddamn wife, but expect to find a blessed wife that
Let.
love that can build with you. Because that's the problem. We expect our young men to run around and run through women and our young daughters to be virgins until marriage.
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah. Them
raise,
young men,
we
they
need to
running through somebody's daughters. Somebody's
exactly, they
daughters.
run
Yep.
it through the virgins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we need to develop young men to value young women so that way
Preserve
the
their innocence.
say it again.
Can preserve their innocence.
Wait a minute, I ain't talking about preserving innocence. You talking about young men?
I'm talking about the woman, and I'm talking about both.
No,
Both.
hell no. You ain't gotta
Both.
preserve it. Men ain't innocent. It's the
Innocence
women.
in
No, the
terms
women.
of,
You gotta
listen to
preserve.
me.
No, listen. You gotta preserve the innocence of the woman, bro. The young lady.
I want to tell you this, right? That
Men are
run through.
warriors.
Yes, we are warriors, but I'm talking about innocence in terms of the men that running through, the mostly running through women. They went through something, right? They had to go through something, right?
Fuck the look. Fuck how the
That's the next
men.
generation.
Listen,
That's the
listen.
generation. They are
Fuck
warriors,
how
but
the look. Fuck
mhm.
how the men feel.
Tell me he ain't biased.
The
Chat. Tell me
hell
he
had
ain't
no no
biased.
no no
Chat.
no 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 no. Men don't got time to feel. We don't got time to feel about,
Brother,
oh man,
that was the
all this
same.
stuff.
That was
Like
the
we
same.
like I hear look, check this out. I hear dudes talking about I be hear dudes talking about um a woman talking about, or maybe women talking about, oh, men should be able to sit down and be vulnerable and talk to us about their day. Man, we ain't got time for all that bullshit. You gotta go out here and make this money, brother. That's what you tell me,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's go
Mm-hmm.
make this money. Look,
Yeah.
we ain't got time to be thinking about that little
Let's
shit.
get this money, brother.
Man, we got, bro. Be
Mm-hmm.
for real, bro. I meet men, bro. I meet real men who ain't got no emotion, bro. No
Let me
emotion, and they make
let
shit
me
happen.
let
I'm
me
not
change.
saying that men
Let
can't
me
have emotion.
change.
Go ahead.
I want to say, let me change it. Let me change the topic. That's a little bit. Change the dynamic of the conversation, right?
Go ahead.
You don't feel like there's a lot of men that's fighting demons because they bottle up all the emotions. Yes, we are warriors. Yes, we are warriors, and yes, we are kings. We are. We
And
have a
guess what?
fighting and
Go ahead,
ancestry,
go ahead.
right?
I'm listening. I'm listening.
But
Go
you don't
ahead.
feel like there's a lot of men that has a lot of trauma on their back that they can't talk about or discuss because again they being taught to be. I'm not saying to go there and being a wuss. I'm just saying that they can't talk about their feelings because that's how we've been programmed.
Man, you know what, bro? I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna
I
put it
hear
like this.
you. That's why we got a lot of trauma
Look,
walking around in that community, brother.
guess what? Guess what? Check
That's
this
why we
out.
got a bunch of whoremongers that you just sit and you pass fire
Hold
on.
on.
You
Whoa, whoa,
pass
whoa,
fire
whoa,
on.
whoa,
That's why we
whoa,
got
whoa,
something
whoa.
going on, brother.
Well, the whoremongering is a sign of men being overly nurtured by women. That's what that is, in my opinion. They're being
Mm,
overly nurtured by women to where they can do anything they want to do, or their fathers is telling them, "Oh, you better go get your nut off." You know what I'm saying? And instead of just finding a wife or wives, that's another conversation.
yeah.
But but what was happening is we're sitting here and we're following a whole generation of whoremongering men, and we're leading them astray from family and some
Mm-hmm.
sort of righteousness. I ain't saying you got to go to church, but some sort
Mm-hmm.
of morals, some sort of moral
Mm-hmm.
code to build.
Mm-hmm.
So that dynamic, in my opinion, is being washed away by the society. And so
Mm-hmm.
we need to understand, when I say men don't have time to feel, bro, we got to be focusing on how to protect, provide, and hunt. You think back in the day when they had to go hunt and get food? Put it like this. Say you ain't had no food in your house and you know you had to go hunt to get the food for your family. Do you think you got time to feel? No, you gonna go out and you gonna go hunt and you gonna go back and feed your family. Like I ain't got
Mm-hmm.
time to go. Who you got time to focus on trauma? Got
Mm-hmm.
time. We all got trauma. Yeah, I know we got stuff. Now, people, now look, men who've been abused, like, abused is children and stuff like that. Yes, those men need to get some sort of mental help because that's a little bit that's like that's not far fetched. That's actually common. So that's something that needs to be addressed immediately. Because,
Mhm.
but if you ain't go through no, if you just going through everyday trauma as a man, you're gonna have to build over that, bro. You got to build over that and understand as a man, you ain't got time to have no feelings like a woman.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Nobody
got
said
no
no
you
feelings.
ain't got no you ain't got no vagina. I ain't talking about you. You ain't got no vagina. You ain't got to go see a gynecologist, right? You ain't got to go see one of those. You ain't got to go spread open and all this stuff like that and get a pap smear all up in you and all this stuff like that. You ain't got to hand look. You a man, bro. You stand up and piss, bro.
Mhm.
That's what you do. You don't sit down and piss. You know
But
what
I
I'm
want
saying?
to tell you
Unless you
something.
unless you don't want to get no piss in the floor in prison. But other than that, that's go ahead.
But a few things I want to add to that, right? Was one thing, right? How do you love somebody? How do somebody without any emotions love somebody? Let's go
I
first
ain't
and
say
foremost with
look,
that.
I ain't saying you ain't gotta have no
No,
emotions.
we need emotions, brother. We just say don't be emotions. You don't piss and all this.
Okay,
How do you
okay.
love somebody? And another thing,
Let me
another
tell you
thing
how a
is,
man loves a woman. He feeds her, he clothes her, and he put a roof over her head. And then how she love him is she builds that home. She builds that home. She makes that a place where he can lay his head and have peace. That's
mm-hmm,
what it is, bro. Whether she has a job or she has a career or she helps him build money or
mm-hmm,
she gives him ideas to
adding
establish
some
a business,
values.
that's a
Mm-hmm,
virtuous woman. A virtuous woman is a woman that goes out and sells. So a lot of these guys be like, "Oh, I don't care about a woman's money and all that stuff like that." Then you're not looking for a virtuous woman then. Because a
mm-hmm,
virtuous woman is a woman that knows how to start a business.
mm-hmm,
That's the
mm-hmm,
virtue. That's the virtuosity of a
mm-hmm,
woman. That's one of the
mm-hmm,
virtuous qualities. So that's what
mm-hmm.
we need to understand as men that we supposed to have women to build with. And you
Yes.
ain't got time. Let them cry and be emotional and all that shit.
You know what I'm saying, Crash?
Only time men should be crying and stuff like that is if they lose a loved one, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to look. I think I got or a loved one is real sick or like man, we got to be men, bro. We got to be warriors. You think we got time
Yes.
to be? You think we got time to
And
be
we are
crying?
warriors right now. That's why we going head to head with some of our sisters. You know what I'm saying? Our sisters in terms of our feminine, our other half. We going to war with. You saying the
No, we not.
protection.
I'm not.
You're not.
Well,
You're not. You're
yeah,
not.
I'm
But you.
not. You and,
You're not.
and we and no
You're
men
not.
should be going. No
You're
men should be
not.
going. Hold
But
on.
what you
No
think?
men should be going to war
What do
with
you
women.
think? What you think the are doing? They ain't going to war
I
with the
said, do
sisters.
you look? Why are
No,
men?
no. But we talking about
Why
whoremongers
are
versus the
black
woman. That's in
men
the
going
whole.
to war with black women? That makes no sense.
It's happening, brother. This is
But
why
you know who
brothers in
set that war
America.
up?
Why brothers
The
in America.
society we live in, bro. We don't control any of that. We don't control the laws. We don't
Mm-hmm,
control the institutions. We don't
mm-hmm,
control any dynamics of who goes to prison or who goes to jail.
mm-hmm,
We don't control that. We don't even control the language we speak
mm-hmm.
as a nation of people. So how can we sit here and tell and say we're in war with the woman? If I'm at war with anybody, I'm warring. I don't want to say who I would war with on this
Yeah,
live, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to stay cancel free. But
yeah.
hey, but look though. But I'm not warring with the. Why would I war with the black woman? If anything, I don't even want to argue with her.
I'm not saying you, but we're talking about. You just said all these brothers. You said who's warring them? The brothers that who ran through these sisters. That's who at war with the sisters, and it's
Well,
a lot
they
of
not war.
them.
They not no.
It's a
They're
lot.
not warring with them. They getting their nut off. You don't war with people. You get your nut off. I mean, hey, I'm about to war with you. Oh, let me get my nut off too. You know,
But you just
no, it don't work like
you
that.
just said that is war, brother, because you setting
How's that
now,
war?
because you saying yes, you're setting down our sisters in their path, a dark path. You're setting our sisters down a
Yeah,
dark path.
but how
That's
is that
war,
war?
brother. That's war, brother. Because you
No,
make
what
that's
war
it.
are you talking? Are
You
you
make
talking
it
about us? You talking about a spiritual war? Or are you talking about like what you
spiritual
talking about?
war, physical, emotional war, all war, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because that same brother that ran through her, when he get caught, he gonna be calling her all
So
the bitches and whores in the world when he get caught.
so
He gonna
so
call her the bitches and that's like war, brother.
yeah. Okay, I
I
get
know,
what you're
but physical,
saying.
that's like
I get what you're
war.
saying. I think that's more like an antagonist type of energy opposed to war.
That's war,
I think
brother.
that's
Because now you have the sisters them out there saying, "Oh, all N words ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit.
who
Y'all all
cares?
doing the same thing." But brother,
Yeah,
that's a
no,
that's
yeah,
a
yeah.
that's
But
us
what war?
battling.
But what
That's a
war? But
battling of
what
the
war?
sexes.
Yeah,
And then
but
you gonna
look
hear,
though,
and
but
then you gonna
but
hear some of the sisters be like, "Yo, that's why I ain't dating black men,
that's
because
not
black
that's
men ain't one." Da, da, da,
that's
in the
not war.
whole,
That's not war. That's disagreements.
okay. You
That's
could
not
spend it.
war. That's disagreements. I'm not going to war
Mm,
with no black woman. Look,
you're
I've
not.
learned. This is what I've
You're
learned.
not.
This is what I've learned. I've learned that I don't even argue no more. You know why? Because you start arguing
Mm,
with women, you lose your masculinity as a man. You start arguing with these women, bro. You lose that. You lose it for that moment. And I've been there where you lose your. Why would you go back and forth with someone that's not a threat? She ain't no fucking threat. You can't do shit to me. Like what you gonna do to me? The only thing you got over me is if you got a gun. I got a gun too. What? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shoot you though. I'm just saying, like, if you don't try to injure me, you know what I'm saying? That's war. You feel me? And I understand that kind of war. That's a psychological war. It's a psychological warfare going on at the same very time, right? The one who's setting it, who's setting all this up is the fathers who have told their young men to go out and be whoremongers.
but some of the
Okay, I'm not
whoremongers,
saying I'm not
but
saying
some,
I'm not
and
saying women are not at
also,
fault.
and yes, and
I'm
also
not
you have
saying
some
women are not at
single,
fault.
you
I'm not
also got
saying women
some
are not at
single
fault.
mothers who have these some cases are single mother and raise their sons by themselves that created them whoremongers as well. Because the mothers wanted to create the perfect man who they're, because I feel like this whole philosophy, in order to be a man you must first see a man. In order to be a man as a child, you must first see a man so you can
I
emulate
believe
them.
it's
You
more
can
so.
mimic.
I believe it's. I agree with you to a certain extent. I believe it's more so principles because you got some men who raised their sons to be savages, like subconsciously sometimes. At the
Mhm.
same time, they didn't raise their sons to be uh protective in society. They raised them to be savages and criminals, and it could have been subconscious. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Sometimes it may but having a man there is an absolute necessity. I'm
Yes.
not saying it's not. It's an absolute necessity. At the same time, that man has to have morals and
Yes.
principles that
Yes.
line up
Yes.
to motivate a young man
And
into greatness.
and this why I gotta blame fire. I gotta fire and brimstone to some of our sisters them that lays with these men that also ruins ruins their child, ruin their child. You know what I'm saying? By these men with no principles and morals and so forth. Y'all got to be held. The men get held accountable too, but it's like the blind leading the blind. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
look, well check this out though.
You ain't. I am, brother. I'm bringing that fire, brother. I'm bringing that fire.
No, but listen. No, I'm saying like it's the man's seed though.
And it's her
He
fault
he's
because she saw him.
he's penetrating her.
Yes.
So he's the gatekeeper of his seed.
You talking about Sims, brother, and let's talk about fuck boys. We got on one hand, we got Sims, and on the other hand, we got the fuck boy. The woman didn't want the Sims because the Sims is too easy, plus it ain't much of a challenge. But the Sims, I mean, no, the
She
Sims,
don't
and then you
understand.
got no, the
Go ahead.
Sims. No, I'm saying the Sims. He's too much of a pushover, not challenging enough. So therefore, she's bored and nothing. Maybe the ask him to send him some cash app, some Zelle. That's all the Sim good for. Take out, to eat, buy her some food, whatever. And then you got the fuck boy who tell her she like him. That's the type of man she is. She like him. She like his rugged demeanor. He don't give a fuck. He interested in her, but not really interested in her. And they showing her the same signs from day one. But that's more challenging to her because guess what? I want him. He slung
So,
some
so
mean ding ding,
it's
and that
it,
fuck boy going to be the one that impregnate her. Then you
it
have the Sims.
sounds it sounds
Mhm.
to me that we don't have elders established in our community
We
anymore.
don't. We
Let's say
don't.
this out though. It sounds to me that these young women are not being taught balance.
Mm,
You have to have a balance between a protector, warrior, provider, and someone who's caring and loving.
mm,
So what they go for, what you gonna automatically go for, like what a woman's is they're gonna go for the person that seems to be a threat to society
mm-hmm.
because he's more domineering, dominant. And the guy who's the simp, like he who gonna believe he gonna protect anybody?
Listen, like
Oh,
what you said. What you
he's
said a minute
always in my
ago.
DM. He's always in my DMs. I can tell him what to do, even if I'm wrong. Like
Mm,
who gonna deal with that? What woman gonna deal with that? See, this is why now for her to deal with him after she get pregnant by another. by somebody else is that's the crazy part for me when it comes to that. Like that's the crazy part. No,
Mhm.
what you need to do is you need to raise that child, and you need to go
Mhm.
get to that go get that father.
Now, because
You
you
know
know
what I'm
that
saying?
Sim going to accept her. That's why she gonna know that
The
Sim unless
simp
he,
and the simp.
unless.
Guess what? And the simp is the reason why women. The simp is the reason why women are continuing to go after the whoremongers.
Mhm.
Because if the simp stops simping, she gonna know that she ain't got no trampoline to fall on. Or no damn
Mhm.
whatever, no what they call it? I forgot. I said trampoline. She ain't got no damn what they call that?
Backup plan,
No, it's something that you fall on. I forgot. But anyway,
safety net.
safety net.
Mhm.
She ain't got no
Mhm.
damn safety net. All she got is this
The hard
dude that just
concrete.
want to put his dick up in her. That's all she
Mhm.
got. You know, now she knows that's all she
And
gonna
maybe
get after
bust
she.
upside the head, bust
Yeah,
upside the head a few times.
so the simps have created this dynamic.
I,
Fuck them
yeah.
simps.
You
Fuck
can,
them damn simps.
you can say that. You can say that
Hey,
at
hey,
some.
hey, I used to be a simp. Hey, I used to simp too. I think we all had our simping moments, but I'm not gonna say fuck the simps. I'm gonna say fuck simping.
Mhm.
I simp a little
Mhm.
bit every now and then. I ain't gonna lie to you, but don't go hardcore with that shit.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. You got to draw the line, the wedge,
You gotta
because
draw the
again,
line. You know, if she don't like
yeah,
you, bro, keep it moving.
yeah. But it's like, but it's the thing that they don't like. I feel like you should have some form of inclination that's going on. Like you should know. But I mean, like some of them don't have nothing game because a woman like, oh, all the men. So people, the guy who most women are attracted to is the guy who kicked the most game. You know you can't get him. You know you can't get him and maintain him. You can get him in terms of he can dirty up your drawers, but you
That's when
can't
you
get him
know.
in terms of
Yeah. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
you can get him in regards to he gonna dirty up your drawers, meaning pipe you down, but you can't get him in regards to keeping him.
And that's
You
the
know what I'm
problem,
saying?
though. And that's another problem. That's how you see. That's how you know you dealing with a woman or a girl. Which one is gonna like games?
Yeah. But I feel like that's attracted to a lot
Children,
of.
children like games. A woman is gonna like a plan,
Mhm.
a
And also
mission statement.
that's also what I have to what I say with you as well. Sometimes, not all the times. Sometimes I feel like it's good to date a woman that comes from a two-parent household. You know what I'm saying? That way,
That
the
don't
father.
that don't that don't matter.
Not all the time, but sometimes it does. You can tell
No, it don't.
sometimes with
It don't
some
matter at all. It's up to
from
her. It's her character.
your experience,
No, I've had experience with dealing with women who
from
had two
your
parents.
experience,
Listen, bro.
no, I'm saying from your experience. I'm not saying that you're
Bro,
not telling the story that you experienced. I'm
no,
saying that
listen, bro. I've dealt with women who had both parents in the home and they still was crazy as bat shit. Okay?
yeah.
And they had both parents in the home and they was the craziest bitches excuse me. Excuse me. Forgive me. hold on. Hold on. They was the craziest people I dealt with. And I've dealt with women who didn't have both parents in the home. They didn't even have one of the parents. I mean, they didn't even have either parent. But they either had something happen or whatever, or they just had one parent or whatever, and they was sweet, kind, and bro, I done dealt with both, I done dealt with ratchet on both ends, bro. And
Mhm.
it be them women that be saying they spiritual. Them spiritual sisters be acting the craziest. I'm gonna be real. Cause look, I'm not all of them, but I'm saying like them spirit, like them women who say they spiritual, or
Yeah.
they be doing, you know what I'm saying, they be doing root work and shit. Like
Mhm.
them females be acting like they can do any goddamn thing. But anyway,
No.
we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, but I wanna tell you that's like I was saying, that's your experience, and I understand that. I've had some crazy experience the same way, but I also noticed like you can tell like how a woman carry herself, how a woman talk, how a woman
Nah,
speak.
nah, nah. nah.
You telling me your experience, and let me tell you my experience, because the same way you
Go ahead.
experience,
I'm
bro,
listening to your experience.
I experienced the same thing too. Prime
Your
example,
experience doesn't. Your experience don't overshadow mine though.
I know, but I'm just telling you my experience. I'm not saying it
Okay, go
overshadow. I'm
ahead. Go
telling
ahead.
you
Go ahead.
my
Go ahead.
experience.
Go ahead.
You understand? Just like
I'm listening, bro. Go ahead.
you say you're looking for principles and so forth. That'd be some things, and I see, and men right nowadays, I don't feel like that was a criteria back in the days, but I feel like now, men, some men have like God. like caught on to what's going on. Like some man, like, yo, did you grow up from the household with both parents or so forth? That's like some, not all. It doesn't go for all, but in my experience, I've dated women with two parent households. Some of them are nutty, and some of them are, you know what I'm saying?
They nutty as hell because they trying to rebel. But go ahead.
Yes, that too. That too.
Go
That
ahead, go
too.
ahead. I'm
But
listening to
I,
you.
like me, like principles. You know, we talk about rap sheet and so forth. That's like you need to go all into it. Like, okay, yo, you said you came from the two. What type of principle your father? You can do further investigation. Like, what type of qualities your father instilled with you? Because your father could be like you could come from a two parents household, and your father gonna be putting, baby, don't get married, all man is shit, da da da, and then that's gonna be our outlook. Like, yo, oh, a man
Yeah.
gonna try to tell you what to do. You gotta stand above it. You know what I'm saying? He might push her also into rebellious phase, like you said. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But you gotta dive deep and find out, like, yo, let's go. Let me dive into this rabbit hole. Let's see what's going on. Like, what's your mindset? What you got going on? What's your principle? What's your value? What's your 5 year plan? And just like listen to her, but don't listen to the sweet words, because she can lull you. She can lull you with her words, because she can make pretty words and lull you, and you be like, okay, that's in a trance. But like, listen, like actually listen to her story, like what you got going on. Oh yeah, I see myself being 10 years with her own business. I'm hearing all of this. I ain't hearing married. I'm not hearing children. I'm not hearing none of that shit. Okay, but you got okay, okay. So you just looking for have fun right now and move on and start your own career or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You gotta sit and listen sometimes to some people stories and what's not. But at the end of the day,
Where's your rhetoric going?
my rhetoric is going to this, brother. Doing your background check, brother, your thorough background check. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you stick you up in it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come with a Pandora box. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of
Hmm.
shit. A whole bunch of shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but yeah, that's fine. But that don't mean she got to be from a two-parent household.
Listen. I want
That don't
listen.
mean that.
This is what I'm going to teach. I'm a father too. I'm a father of two. I have a 13-year-old and I have a 6-year-old, and it's going to be
Okay.
the six. And this going to be some of the messages. This is the messages I'm going to have with them when they cross that bridge. My 13-year-old is there now, but um, he's not ready for that talk right now. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be the talk. Like, yo, listen to me. I know you going to go through puberty X, aka your bingo gonna be jumping soon. You know what I'm saying? On fire. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have discipline. You know what I'm saying? You have the discipline over that. Don't let that control you. Don't let that govern you. You know what I'm saying? Um, and just know that when you go into these situations, you know what I'm saying, you're looking for long term. Because you know what I'm saying? That leads to a lot of situations. But I feel like a lot of fathers aren't active in their children lifestyle, and that's why they like positively active.
By the way, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. I don't want you to forget. Go ahead. I'll remember. Go ahead.
A lot of fathers that aren't positively like active in their children, like they around but they ain't around, like instilling true values into your children. That's I feel like that's why we have a lot of quote unquote fuck boys going on. Go ahead, brother.
Let me interject. From what I've heard, the CDC says that black men are more involved in their children's life than any other ethnic background of people in
Mm,
America.
mm,
That's what the
mm,
CDC said. So we are
mm,
active. You see
mm-hmm,
how you're active?
mm-hmm.
Hey, we active, bro. We active out here.
But I mean, if we're not active enough, because again, you like you
I
saying,
don't want to hear that. That's not true.
let me tell you why. Because if that was
But
the
bro,
case, then
our children still have to make their own decisions.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we
that
live in a
part. I'm glad you we
we
on one chord.
we live in a society where we don't control what or dictate what even the children are doing now. A lot of the times, like I mean, do they have to listen to you to a certain extent? But if they think you're abusing your child or whatever, they can take they'll take the
Yeah,
children away and dumb shit
yeah,
like that. I mean,
yeah.
if you are abusing your kids, then yeah, you should have the children taken
Mhm,
away. But
mhm,
a lot of times it's just um it's a fallacy in the system that has
mhm.
determined these type of situations to take place, and but and that could be very complex to try to figure out. So they just, oh, let's take the kids away and put them in DFACS.
Mhm.
Bullshit.
Mhm. I understand that, but I understand that too. But I just mean like still,
i'm
like
i'm raising I'm raising Go ahead.
I just feel like if I put in because again, like you said, some like a lot of things are hereditary. You know what I'm saying? Some of your ways, some of your actions going to pass on to your seed, which kind of make it right. You know what I'm saying? That way, if you was a good person, you're gonna get good back. If you're a bad person, you're gonna.
You know what I would tell my son
Hmm.
and my daughter? Well, I would tell my son this, not my daughter. I'll tell my son, if she's willing to learn and listen and grow and not argue, then you possibly can build with that person. What I would tell my daughter is you have to be willing to listen, learn, and adapt, because it's different when you come into, like, because I would want my daughter to have provisions and to be protected and stuff like that. Of course, I'm teaching my daughter how to be virtuous. So she's
Hmm.
coming with business plans. She's
That
coming
part.
with she's
That
coming
part.
with she's coming with a business. She's coming with ideas to help a man grow. A lot of guys are teaching their daughters to not need a man instead of teaching them to help expand a man.
Hmm.
and and
Hmm.
and, and guess what, if she has those virtuous qualities, then she's definitely going to meet a man with those qualities that match her energy.
Hmm.
That's what I
Hmm.
want my daughter to have, a man that is powerful, that loves her, that's not abusive, because I don't want to have to cut nobody's legs off,
Hmm.
or tie him up to a tree and beat him with a whip. Look, because hey man, don't hit my daughter, because I know my daughter ain't gonna be like one of those. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna be no argumentative thought, crazy ass, ratchet ass individual. She's gonna be very respectful, but she's
Hmm.
also going to have a certain feminine, assertive way about her when it comes to business, because that's a virtuous quality. Okay. And that's what we
Hmm.
need. We need to be teaching our daughters how to, how to be adaptive and build business structure and infrastructure and build their home. And we need to be teaching our men
Hmm.
to make sure that they dealing with a woman that has that adaptive nature, and teach the man
Hmm.
how to be a protector and that's how you get rid of that, instead of just saying,
Hmm.
oh man, you got to make sure you wear a condom when you bust on that thing there,
Hmm.
boy. You don't want to catch
Hmm.
nothing.
Hmm.
That's what you teaching your son. Yeah, that's good
Hmm.
principles to tell them to use protection. But why are we telling our children, why are we raising our young men to be whoremongers? Why? Because we live in a society that's built off whore and whoremongering.
Hmm.
This society,
Yeah.
America, is built off prostitution.
Yeah. I do believe OnlyFans was founded in America, I believe, right?
I believe so, but
Hmm.
but you just can't be promoting people.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Well, the horse site, that horse site, I do believe that was founded in
You
America.
can't say
You know what
horse
I'm
site
saying?
either, because it's not a horse site. It's a site for many people.
Doing positive activities.
A lot of them do positive activities too, but it's a lot of activities that deal with the human body. Who's to say that's negative or positive? Now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna
Hmm.
say it's negative because I don't want my daughter doing it.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna
Neither
say it's
do I.
negative, but I'm only saying
Neither
it's
do I.
negative. I'm only saying it's negative based off a patriarch,
Patriarchal, yeah,
a patriarch
society.
psychological evaluation.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
So as
it's
far
in
as go ahead.
uh uh, but in regards, I do feel like some women have to lower their standards and be in tune with reality. That's what we all started at. So I just
Okay,
want to
yeah,
touch
yeah,
that.
okay. That's why I was gonna take it back to lower her standards.
I said lower her
This is
reality.
this is what I'm
Lower
gonna
her
tell women.
reality.
This is what I'm gonna tell women to do. Don't lower your standards. Raise your value. Damn. There you go.
Some is too late. It's too late for
The
that
no,
for
no,
some.
it's not.
It's
No, it's
too late
not.
for some.
The number one way for a woman to raise her value. Now, the age is gonna play a role. If
That's
you
a
were in
major
your
role.
20,
That's a major role.
if you were in your 20s, 30s, 40s, go to the gym. Now, if you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, I would say do a lot of reading and walking, and just understand that don't be looking for no knight in shining armor. Just look
Mm,
for a man that you can have a companion. Be a
mm,
companion with somebody, and then someone you can have an intellectual conversation with that's around your age. You know what I'm saying? Don't now if you come across me, I want you to know is only one thing I'm gonna want out of you, and that's the truth. All right. I'm just keeping it real. If you 60 plus and you come across a young brother like myself, well, I ain't that young, but if you come across me, I'm gonna respect you. It ain't gonna be a one night type of thing, but understand that it's going to require, some physical interaction. It ain't just gonna be us sitting down. I'm not gonna like you for you all the time. I'm gonna like you for what you can do for me pleasurably, and that deals with men in general. In different
Mhm,
scenarios, we want pleasure out of women. That's what we want. Am I right or
mhm,
am I wrong? It's the truth.
mhm,
You want
mhm,
affection, I want pleasure. Your pleasure is affection, love, care, and sitting down, talking, holding hands, and
mhm.
being interactive and intimate on that level. Hey man, with me as a man, I want.
Communication.
Well, guess what? With me, I want to put something inside of you and
Mhm,
make you feel good with me,
mhm.
woman.
Mhm.
But
I
that's
wanna.
how that. Yeah, so that's how I don't look at all women like that. Only I don't just look at a woman objectify her. At the same time, I want you to understand that this is not it's not all about sex, right? At the same time, it's very important to a man, just like
Mhm,
affection and love is important to you. But
mhm.
you know what I'm saying,
As a form of validation for us.
yeah, I'm trying to put some comedy into this, but I'm being for real.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm,
I'm being for real.
mhm.
Like I'm so serious. Like y'all gotta understand how a man operates.
And I want to tell, I want to tell the sisters them that too, yo. I want to tell the sisters since we talk about that topic, right? I don't feel no type of way, right? I want to
Uh-huh.
say this, the sisters them. I got to rain fire and brimstone to y'all, right? I don't feel no type of way, right? When you go ahead, right, and you take the number one joyous thing from a man. When you take number one joyous thing from a man, right? What he just spoke on a minute ago, sexual activities, and you
Hmm.
expect that man not to get it from somewhere else. I feel like a lot of women they give their man sex
Hold on,
every
brother.
3 weeks, every month.
Hey, that's next week. I mean, that's the next live, brother. We you about to you about to you about
Well,
you
there's a
want
teaser.
you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it for 20 minutes? Like what we doing?
There's
Okay,
a
let's
teaser.
go.
No, no,
Let's
no.
see
It's a
what we got.
teaser. It's a teaser. When you give when a man.
Hey, you going in and out. You going in and out, brother. You going in and out. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Heavenly goods, right? And he the con
It's the man's problem. It's our problem at that point. You know why? She's lost some type of sexual attraction towards you. That's why I'm in the gym now. That's not the only reason why I'm in the gym, but I realized something. When I go to the gym and I'm working out, women look at me way more in the gym than they do outside of the gym. I'm talking about they be fine as hell too. They be
mm,
fine as I don't know what. But, they'll look at you
mm,
more in the gym because they see you working on yourself. What are we doing? Do you know
mhm,
what? They don't see you progressing. They see you progressing, but they don't see you progressing in the way that according to their standard.
mhm,
That's why I think women start
mhm,
losing that sexual attraction because if you got to go through all of that, if you got to jump over hoops to get some
mhm.
to get some to get something,
Wu-Tang pie.
yeah, if you got to do it, you know what that means? That means that it is natural for a man to be with, to possibly go out here and be with more than one woman. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the moment she see you with another woman, she gonna want to give it up. Then don't ask me how I know. You know what I'm saying? Like the moment she see you with another woman and she see you out here, playing the field and all this stuff like that. Oh, she definitely gonna want to give you some box because she gonna see that she's losing her position. I'm not saying men should go out and cheat on their woman. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about nature at this point. Like what's natural, the natural attraction. And that deal now that deals with reality for man and woman. Yeah. And guess what? Guess what? That means men who have to go out and beg should be in the gym working on legs. if you got a bag, if you got a bag, you need to be in the gym working on legs. And you need to be getting that up. I'm working on legs. I'm working on legs tonight. I'm working on
Gotcha.
legs tonight. I'm working on legs tonight. I'm about
Hmm.
to go work on legs, and then I go to the gym 7 days a week. The seventh day I stretch and go to the sauna. But I've been going to the sauna
Yes,
like every day.
man.
So tonight I'm going. Tonight I'm going to do legs, and I'm going to go to the sauna, and I'm gonna get it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my body's transforming. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm gonna go from fat boy to that boy. You know,
Hmm.
uh from roadkill to killmonger. Hey,
Hmm.
look, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? From pigeon to eagle. So we gonna go, we gonna keep going, man. From
Hmm.
laptop to MacBook. Let me stop. All right, I'm done now. We gonna yeah.
Yeah, family. Well, this was right now. This us right now. This Real Talk Live. This Real Talk Live with your boy, our brother Conscious, and my guy to this right, this holy water with the green tea.
Holy
You already know.
water.
With the green tea, I'm bringing that fire. I'm bringing that fire every chance I
Yes,
get
yes,
because I
yes,
got to speak
yes.
my mind. This is Real Talk time where I'm going to speak my mind, let y'all know we ain't with the shits. So change that motherfucker. Change that.
What
You
are you
feel
talking?
me?
What?
Change that.
Okay, okay. I'll let
You
you have
know,
that one.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
like it. I don't like it. He gonna co-sign with it somewhat. I don't like it. Change that
What do you, whoa,
motherfucker.
whoa, 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 hey, 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 whoa,
Reality and all the other
whoa,
topics we
whoa,
said
whoa,
we talked
whoa,
about.
whoa, whoa,
All
whoa,
the
whoa,
stuff we
wait,
talked
wait,
about.
wait a
The
minute, wait a minute,
simping,
wait a
the
minute, wait a minute.
pimping,
We
the
ain't talk
pride.
about pimping, not tonight. We ain't talk about
No,
on
no,
this
no. I
show.
saying the simping, the pimp. You don't with whoremongers. That's pimping. That's a part of pimping. Somewhat.
No, the fuck it ain't.
Somewhat. Yeah. But
No, the
anyhow,
fuck it ain't.
change your way. Yeah.
Pimping is a different dynamic. It's around the same category,
Yeah.
but it's a different
You feel
pimping.
me?
You know
Something.
what pimping means? Pimping means a person who dresses nice. I didn't realize
Ooh.
that's an old word. A pimp is a person who dresses nice.
Oh
I didn't know
wow.
that. Like it's a French word, I think.
Oh wow. But
Pimping.
anyhow, but anyhow,
Yeah.
sisters, get in check with reality. Brothers, get in check with reality and change your ways. Change, know what you're doing wrong and change it. Apply it. Let's apply pressure because we're only making the other generations do a worse job. You know what I'm saying? Because we doing a horrible job than our parents, and now our children going to continue the cycle. We trying to break that cycle. We trying to nip
You
it.
can't say that. You can't say that, man. People's parents are the last generation. In my opinion, they fucked up so bad that it birthed this shit down here that we got.
Hmm.
Hey,
But I'm not saying we didn't
yeah, go
add
ahead.
on. We didn't add on to the legacies of our forefathers, of our ancestors. We didn't add on. We took away because they came back fucked. You know what I'm saying? And then their generation gonna be even more fucked. You know, we didn't
Hey, we
add
ain't gonna
on.
speak. We ain't speaking that, brother. We ain't
We ain't
trying to
speaking
speak
that.
into existence.
This is why BIA is here. BIA is here to tell our people to come home and let's get this shit together. Let's get
Brothers in
this
America, they
motherfucker
don't know what
together.
BIA means, brother. They don't
Hmm.
know what BIA
Brothers
means.
in
Brothers in America.
America.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
we here to sit here and to turn this motherfucker upside down to get it right. We
Nah,
trying to get right.
nah, nah. See, you
We trying to
doing
get
too
our
much. You
sisters.
doing all that damn.
Get my sisters on the path of let's go ahead, let's coexist. Fuck all this independent bullshit. Ain't nobody want to hear that rah rah. I want to hear how can you help me, and this is the way I'm going to help you. How I can benefit you, you can benefit me. I don't want to hear that I don't need you, but I can use you sometime. I don't want to hear that shit because I can use you the same way too, and then I would be a whoremonger. You
Damn.
feel me? We trying to get this shit together and get this
Okay.
shit right.
All
You
right,
feel me?
brother. Yeah. On the next one, we gonna have to watch our language.
I said anything inappropriate.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about all the profanity because they be shadow banning profanity. I think.
Oh wow. Well,
Yeah, I think so.
now that I know that I will definitely try to change up the way I speak.
Every now and then you throw an F-bomb in there, you know what I'm saying? But you
Oh,
just
every
said
now
that
and again. Okay.
yeah, you said all that in one sentence. I'm like, damn.
Oh wow. But yeah, we got to get back to where we need to be, family. We need to get back to where
Yeah.
we need to be. We need the black family to be productive. We need us to keep on rising that hill that
Are
our ancestors
productive,
took
bro.
on.
Don't
To
do
be,
that. Don't do that.
you're right. We
Don't do
now
that.
we
Don't do
need,
that.
yeah.
We are productive,
Let me
brother.
rephrase it. Let me rephrase it.
Yeah. Okay.
Our black family to be together. You know what I'm saying? A sense of cohesion. I mean, to continue
More
progression, we got
together.
to
Like,
continue progressing as we was. Our fathers and their fathers was progressing before. We just can't put a little stunt in between and like this way is the way. This way, what they going on right now is garbage. It's garbage. I want you to throw it. I want you to throw everything in the trash and get a redo. I wish I had a reset button. Let's reset this motherfucker. Start over again. Because this shit is ass. You know what I'm saying? Where they selling, they pushing P. They pushing P online. Pushing P. I'm talking about that Wu-Tang pie. I'm going too much. My apologies. BIA out. Brother Leo, Brother Conscious, Holy Water, giving me the body language that he's done. You know the vibes, family. Peace, blessing, and prosperity, family. Brother Leo, Brother Conscious out.